They thought they caught a killer. Luigi knew they caught the wrong man. The city didn't sleep that night. Cameras flashed, sirens wailed, and somewhere behind the police tape stood a man whose name was about to echo through every news broadcast in America. Luigi Mangione. Nobody really knew him, not until the moment he was dragged into the spotlight, accused of committing one of the most unsettling crimes of 2024. The killing of Brian Thompson, the CEO of a billion-dollar healthcare company. A case that would blur the line between justice, revenge, and the dark side of public sympathy. Luigi wasn't a villain on the surface. To most, he was just another quiet man from the suburbs of Chicago. Worked part-time jobs, kept to himself, lived in a small apartment that looked no different from anyone else's. But behind that ordinary exterior hid a story that was about to tear open a much bigger wound, one that exposed corporate greed, desperation, and the lengths a man could go when pushed too far. It all started on a cold December morning. The body of Brian Thompson was found in the parking lot outside his office. A single gunshot to the chest. No struggle, no witnesses, just a silent message written in violence. The police had nothing, no fingerprints, no weapon, no motive. That is, until they checked the security footage. At 8:43 p.m., a dark sedan was seen pulling into the lot. A man stepped out, hood up, hands in pockets, walking straight toward the CEO's car. The video was grainy, but the shape of his jacket, his height, even his walk, they all matched one man, Luigi Mangione. Detectives moved fast. Within 48 hours, Luigi was arrested outside a grocery store. No resistance, no denial, just calm, eerie silence. When they brought him in for questioning, he barely spoke. Only once did he look up at the detective and say, "You don't know what they took from me." Those words would haunt the entire investigation. Soon, the story began to unfold. Luigi had once worked for a medical supplier connected to Thompson's company. He'd lost his job 2 years earlier during a massive corporate downsizing. The company called it restructuring. Luigi called it ruin. His mother, who relied on a life-saving treatment, lost her insurance around the same time. The treatment stopped, and 3 months later, she died. People who knew Luigi said he changed after that. He stopped going out, sold most of his things. He was quiet, too quiet, like someone saving all his noise for one last moment. When the arrest hit the media, the story exploded, but what made it different, what made it viral, wasn't just the crime itself. It was the reaction. Thousands of people flooded online defending Luigi. They called him a modern Robin Hood, a man who took justice into his own hands when the system refused to. Protesters marched through city streets carrying signs that read, "Free Luigi" and "Justice for the People." It was chaos, the kind that makes truth disappear under noise. Inside his cell, Luigi said nothing. His lawyer described him as detached from the world. But detectives believed that behind that silence, he was proud. They thought he wanted to make a statement, that he wanted people to see him not as a murderer, but as a warning. The evidence, though, wasn't airtight. The murder weapon was never found. The security footage was blurred beyond recognition. And when the ballistics came back, the bullet didn't match any gun registered to Luigi. Then came the twist. A week before the trial, an anonymous package arrived at the courthouse. Inside was a flash drive. On it, a video. Grainy, black and white. It showed Luigi standing outside the company building minutes before the CEO's car pulled in. But in the corner of the frame, another shadow moved, a second person, unseen until now. The footage cut off before the gunshot. No face, no clear proof. But it raised a question. Was Luigi alone that night? Or was he just the face the public needed to believe in? Investigators reopened old files. They found online messages, encrypted emails, and strange money transfers between Luigi and several ex-employees of Thompson's company. Some called it revenge. Others thought it was whistleblowing, exposing corruption through blood. And then one more curveball, a confession letter. It appeared online, posted anonymously under a title that read, "We did it for them." It was signed simply LM. The letter talked about greed, exploitation, and how many people paid the price for profits. It didn't explicitly confess to the murder, but it didn't have to. The tone, the writing, the details, it all pointed to Luigi. Still, something didn't sit right. Detectives found no fingerprints on the CEO's car, no residue on Luigi's hands, and no eyewitnesses who saw him fire the gun. The only thing connecting him to the murder was a grainy video and a motive built on grief. The trial began under blinding lights. Reporters lined up outside, people wearing shirts with Luigi's face on them, like he was some kind of folk hero. Inside, he remained emotionless, sitting quietly, staring at the floor as the prosecution painted him as a cold-blooded killer. But when his lawyer stood up, the tone shifted. He didn't deny Luigi's anger. He didn't deny his loss. What he questioned was the story itself. Who truly benefited from Brian Thompson's death? Behind the scenes, whispers started to grow. Some said Thompson had been preparing to testify in a federal investigation involving insurance fraud. If that was true, then his death didn't just silence a man, it protected an empire. The case grew darker, more complex. By the third week, it wasn't clear who was guilty anymore. The defense argued that Luigi was being framed, a convenient scapegoat for a killing that reached much higher than anyone realized. But the jury wasn't convinced. They found Luigi Mangione guilty of second-degree murder. When the verdict was read, he didn't flinch. He only looked up once, toward the courtroom gallery, where a group of protesters still held signs that said, "Justice for Luigi." As guards led him away, a reporter shouted, "Do you regret it?" Luigi paused. A faint smile flickered across his face before he said, "Ask them if they do." That clip went viral overnight. Some said it was arrogance. Others said it was the truth. Months later, strange things started to surface. Leaked emails, missing records, names of other employees who suddenly vanished from the city. Whispers that maybe, just maybe, Luigi wasn't the only one involved. To this day, no one knows who sent that anonymous video. No one knows who wrote the letter. And the gun? Still missing. People moved on as they always do. But once in a while, new graffiti appears on city walls. "Free Luigi." A face spray painted in black and white. The symbol of a man half villain, half victim. Maybe Luigi Mangione was guilty. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was something in between. The product of a system that breaks men and then blames them when they shatter. The truth is buried under too many secrets, too many lies, and too many people with something to lose. But somewhere, deep in the silence of his prison cell, Luigi probably still hears those sirens. The night everything ended, or maybe the night it finally began. Because in a world where justice is bought and pain is ignored, sometimes It only takes one man with nothing left to lose to make the whole world listen. And maybe that man was Luigi Mangione.